I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, how's that? Oh, we totally missed everything you just said. We just said.
That's awesome.
Let's just repeat everything. What a bunch of a-holes.
It wasn't muted. Why the fuck was it doing that? That's weird.
No, my computer was muted
Oh, okay. So it wasn't
because it is my work computer, so I do have to actually do like stuff on it. So it's my sorry.
All right, fair enough. So anyway,
Anywho,
welcome to our show. This is like our first time doing this, so
yeah,
deal with us.
I know, right? Ugh. I wanted to say we were showing you the beautiful flag in the back that was made by our good friend Mary Lynch.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah, we were just talking you up and stuff, but it's pretty sounds so stupid. But anyway, she sent it to us because she wanted to give it to someone who would bring it to standouts in Dedham and wherever we go. So that's awesome because she made it and it's cool.
Yeah.
So thank you. Yeah, it's definitely found a home. So we'll take it out and we'll, like we said, we're gonna. Well, you didn't hear us, but we're we're gonna move this location. This dining room's not working out too well. It's like we're just really getting overflowed in our dining room.
We get stuff everywhere, ducks and signs.
Yeah.
Just
doesn't
look like a dining room anymore.
No, it's funny. When people walk in, they're like, what are you doing? Others are excited, but other people are like, what's going on?
Yeah, seriously.
What were you gonna say to Neil?
Oh no, that moment's gone.
The moment's gone. All right. Well, maybe you guys can.
Yeah, we'll regroup on that.
We'll regroup on that. So anyway,
it was Robin G riding through the Glen.
Yes, she is. Robin G. Yeah, everybody's in chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And what I was saying was thank you for being here because Mike Crawford is live as well, and yeah. So I'm sure a bunch of people over there. Hopefully they'll watch us later or not.
Yeah, exactly.
But whatever. But anywho, welcome to the show. Oh, look at this. That's nice. Betty, hey everyone, I'm out here for a week tomorrow, heading to SC for my twin grandson's graduation, hoping to tune in from. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, outstanding.
Thank you, Betty.
Thanks, Betty. Congratulations on the graduation.
Yeah, twins. Woo.
Outstanding.
That's an expensive year. Twins.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, thank you for being here. Like I said, I just want to say that I'm super proud of you all. We had such a busy week. I took 3 days off last week and today. So it's been nuts. I've been everywhere and I have not stopped until today. I stopped a little bit. I had plans today and it just was like, I couldn't. I just needed like a mental health day. Like I'm
Yeah.
fine. It's
Yeah.
just like I had to stop. I had to. It was just too much. But we've been having so much fun.
Yeah,
With
it's
you
been a lot of
guys.
running around.
And we've been doing a lot of group activities and everyone's it's just so fun. It's just so great. And we love every single one of you. So thanks for being here.
Yeah.
All right. What's up?
And yeah, let's do a quick, couple shout outs and stuff like that. We'll get Kurt on. He's earlier than
Poor guy.
anticipated. He did his 15-minute nap. I think he's good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out, speaking of, Dylan is leaving tomorrow. So we'll talk a few. We'll get Kurt's perspective on Dylan's stay when he jumps on here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Dylan's finally leaving though. Thank Christ. I mean,
what?
Yeah. Like, he's gonna be mad at you for saying that.
No, he would never be mad at me.
Yeah.
Just you.
He's not gonna marry you now.
Yeah. Well, it's not really up to him, is it?
Yeah, so Dylan's leaving. We've been streaming. We get the stream team going. Kurt is a big part of it. He was away for a week or so down in Florida, and he still jumped on the stream. So
yeah, so cool.
Everybody's great. Even like Erica. Erica Walsh. Shout out to you. You've been through a lot of shit, and then she took off to go to. I think she was in Florida.
She's in Florida for her brother's graduation, wedding.
Yeah.
Wedding? Yeah.
I think it's a wedding.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she just she messaged us. She's like, she said she missed me.
She said she missed all of us.
Oh, I thought she said she missed
for
me.
all of us. But anyway.
Whatever.
Yeah. So yeah.
And Mexi Texi, thank you very much for all you do holding down the fort. She had technical difficulties today at one point and actually lost internet. The stream kept going because it starts, it doesn't matter from there, but she couldn't access the trial when we were on break if it came back on. And it was a little fire drill, but everything worked out for the way it was supposed to. So thank you.
I slept till noon, so I didn't know any of that. Sorry, guys. I was up looking at 5, and then I'm like, I just can't. Then I slept till noon. That's how tired I was. But anyway, not about me.
No. I want to sleep till noon.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. I woke up and I'm like, I thought it was the dog was barking.
Of course.
So I thought the oil guy came. Yeah. And then I looked at the clock and it was like 10 to 12. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, so in that line too, the shout out to all the mods as well. I know they've been busy. Robin G and Sherry D and LB and everybody just out there doing their thing and taking care of the trolls and the posting of the different links and whatnot. And what have you.
Oh.
Speaking of which, do we have Karen's thing we can scroll across the bottom?
Yes, I am gonna have to find it, but I will get it. Go ahead.
Oh, you just put it on the banner for now, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted.
No, it's all good. Yeah.
This one, the Venmo one.
That's good.
That's probably the best one
Yeah,
because that one's for like food and stuff.
Yeah.
People she has to feed.
So
stuff like that.
Let's
and any other donations.
tell us about David today, and then we'll bring Kurt on.
Yeah. Well, I have other things I'd like. Other shout outs.
Fantastic.
Rachel Jackson, she sent us $15 today for coffee for Boots on the Ground. And she said, thank you.
Oh, thank
you. Next time I'm out there, I'll grab a box of Joe and stuff and maybe 2.
Yeah. And a donut.
Maybe a couple donuts. Kurt and the Dive Bar crew donated $30 this week. And I didn't mention the $11 from last week. So thank you. And Cheryl just donated $10 because she is the bestest.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. All right. So those are my shout outs. Let's talk about Dave. So I told you guys I went to Boston, the Moakley building, for David Finnerty's first day of court to protest. I think I told you guys, but part of the when they were picking the jury, they were asking if they saw the protester outside and all that stuff. I was
That was
like,
her, the sole protester.
like, that's right. I got in there.
Yep.
I influenced. Well, they weren't influenced, but
Yeah.
whatever. I was out there. So they've been. The trial's been going on all week. Today, let me just get this message because I don't want to mess anything up. Okay. Today, Dave testified for himself. His sister said he did great on direct examination. He got a little emotional because today was his daughter's 10th birthday. And prosecutor was pretty hostile on cross, but he held his own. She didn't finish today, so he'll be back on the stand tomorrow morning to finish cross. And then they're doing closing arguments and figures the jury will have the case by lunchtime. So this is like some scary shit. It's, you know, this man's hands are in the jury of like 10 people who were caught like sleeping last week, you know?
Right.
And you just hope that they're listening and hoping that, you know, the prosecution just doesn't even have a case. But, you know, he's facing 20 years in jail
Mhm.
and he didn't do anything. He's the only one that did the right thing, you know? So pray for David Finnerty and his family, please.
Yep.
I know I'm not a big prayer, but, you know, just, it's scary shit. And the Commonwealth is just, I mean, we'll talk about what happens after the verdict. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
just mention that. So thank you, Cheryl.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Uh,
Yeah, they need it. They need all the prayers and they can get at this stage. It's just it's crazy what they're doing. And, you know, again, the fact that the state dropped the charges against them and the feds just open it back up just because they're
because they can.
covering someone's ass and somebody's, you know, everybody's hands in each other's pockets. So pretty
Yeah.
unfortunate.
So I'll keep you updated on that. Thank you, Robin G. Karen has to feed the whole defense team at lunchtime. And if you want to help Karen with defense meals, send donations to Karen's Venmo, which is scrolling on the bottom. And she also has PayPal. I did not know that. Maybe I'll add that to the banner as well. Thank you. Let me write that down.
Robin G.
She
Getting
knows
things
what's
done.
up.
Getting things done.
Yeah, she is. At Karen Reed 920.
Outstanding.
Thanks.
So that being said, you want to bring on
The man, the myth, the
bring on
legend.
Kurt? We'll get an official. We didn't get a Hey Now video, so we got a
We got the
in
official,
person Hey
yeah,
Now.
in
So
person Hey Now. All right, you ready, buddy?
you ready, bud? Wait, he's like,
He's busy.
you know, he's looking at it on his phone, right?
What is he
No,
doing?
something's going on. Yeah, go ahead, pull him up, and go.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Good evening, everybody. Free Karen Reed.
Nice bowls.
You said you had nothing available. These were sitting right here, and I'm like, I don't know. What am I going to do? Put them on my head? I don't know.
That'll work. That'll work. Hey now.
I thought I sent you one with the boys, but anyways.
I don't know, man. I
Oh, yeah.
probably have one, and
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll get enough of them tomorrow morning.
Hey now.
All right,
Um,
let's talk. Let's talk about stuff. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Dana and I are going to talk about beer and the different size beers you can get. And
Right.
I do. I like that. Beer makes me happy.
Mhm.
yeah, unfortunately, I'm between jobs and naps, so I can't have any at this time of night. I did want my shirt. I already cut the sleeves off it last season. Crystal W made this for me.
Nice. That's a
So,
great shirt.
I don't get to wear it until the summertime when it's sun's out, guns out weather. But
Yeah.
I was looking around for a different shirt to wear, and I saw this one. I said, "Oh, I'll give a shout out to Crystal.
Nice.
She made this for me last year. Super nice."
Speaking of summertime, do you get your bike out at all yet?
I actually. My bike and the boys' mini bike, and I took mine around the block and put fuel in it, and then I got on the little one, and of course I look like a circus gorilla driving the thing down the street. And I didn't realize Donna was going to videotape me, but she goes, "Remember last time you did it? You didn't wear a helmet. You got pulled over." So that's
you
why I
really?
put the helmet on.
Oh my god.
Plus, it gives the whole Dumb and Dumber look,
Yeah.
Still going to Aspen. I got room for one more. I get 40 miles a gallon in this hog.
Just go, man.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, all right. Did you want to play this Kurt's video?
Oh yeah, there's another video
There's
too.
another
There's
video.
another one I wanted to share real quick.
I can't live if living is without you. I can't give anymore.
Hey now.
I don't know why the mic's muted on that one for me.
Yeah, it was for us too. Were you talking?
Oh, I was singing a song to Dana. I think I was singing something like "Hello, is it me you were looking for?" or
Yeah,
It was
I can't live without you. Did you not hear that?
no, I couldn't hear the music.
Oh, for the love of
did
God.
anyone else
Anybody else
not
hear
hear
the
the
audio
music?
on that? What the hell's going on tonight? StreamYard's being an asshole.
We heard it.
Neil
Thanks,
heard it.
Neil. It was just
Yeah.
muted some reason.
I don't know why you couldn't hear. That's weird.
And that one just came to my head when I was walking the refrigerator that night. But people that don't know, I don't drink Bud Light bottles. When Dana comes to pick me up to drive me to Dive Bar, that's what he likes. So I always make sure there's a couple of Bud Light bottles there. But I don't know. Somehow during the week the beer villain comes in and takes them, and I have to buy a new 6-pack for Dana every week.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
That's
what
right.
You gotta, you gotta dive in. That was freaking funny as hell. I got that video. I'm like, oh my god. So
Sorry.
yeah, so let's back up a little bit. So let's
All right,
talk
yeah.
about you started doing the streaming thing with everybody, and your initial, like I don't know what to say, and I remember when we first got you on board, you're like, I'm not sure what to say and what to do. Like, dude, just go out there and just do your thing, and you do.
Well,
That's
I
awesome.
appreciate it. I don't retain as much knowledge unless it's about, stupid movies and Breakfast Club and, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, stuff like that. But, I learned from Scotty, watching Scotty and watching Dina and everything. When I first started watching Dina and Dina was basically addressing the crowd and every single person, I'm like, oh my God, what a pain in the butt. But a lot of these people don't come to court, and they live far away, and they can't show up, and they want to support, and that's one of their only ways to watch and everything. And it might seem like a silly little thing, but they absolutely love hearing their name in the morning and reading their questions out and stuff. So, like I said, in the beginning, I was a little overwhelmed with that, but now that I figure out how to work my new phone and how to read the chat while I'm filming and film the right direction, and then turn the camera around if I want to, look at me or somebody I'm having a conversation with or whatever. But yeah, I give credit for Dina and Scott and Erica and everybody. Erica taught me a lot about how to use the new phone.
Those kids these days, they know how to use all that shit.
They really do. They really do.
Hey, just not to cut you off real quick, but 7:00 we're gonna go jump on the select board
meeting.
real quick. So
Yeah, whatever you got to do.
yeah, I just want to let you know that's be happening soon.
Very good. Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot, obviously anytime you guys ask me to come on the show, I'm happy to do it for you. And like you say, I missed a lot of people when I was away in Florida. I did chime in that 1 or 2 mornings just because Donna made me.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law was giving me grief. He's like, "Are you out there asking people if they're fishing?" And the whole family had fishing poles in their hands. Of course they're fishing. I said, "Well, I was trying to entertain the crowd because it was pouring rain that morning, and there really wasn't a whole lot else going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
At least let them see somebody catching some fish or something.
Yeah.
we got stuck in the rain 3 or 4 times that day.
Oh,
But it was a lot better than being back here in this cold, raw weather where we get stuck in the rain out in front of the courthouse, you know?
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely.
what is this all about? You saved Dina's life on Saturday? Oh, yeah,
Dina's
the flat
incident.
tire. Yeah.
I stayed on the phone with her. I
Thank
didn't
goodness.
thank you, Dina, for the kind
Thank you
words.
for doing
but
that for our
yeah,
Dina and
no,
making her feel comfortable.
She was number one, she wasn't drinking that night. She,
That's
you know,
good.
she knew Dina's very good. Dina might have one drink every hour, every 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
If she knows she's driving, and she has a lot of stuff on the back of her car. This particular night, she was driving her grandmother's car, so there wasn't anything on the back. But when she went to get the spare tire out she asked the trooper, "Hey, is there any chance you can change it?" She opened the trunk. There was one of her signs that said, stop police corruption, or stop state police corruption.
Yeah.
The cop was like, "Yeah, I'm all set."
Yeah, I'm not helping you now, ma'am.
Oh my God.
I offered to come out and help her, and she's like, "Kurt, by the time you get out here, AAA is going to be here." She's, I have AAA, and this is why I have it. So she said, "I'll just wait for AAA." I said, "Well, obviously, I know you're not going to go sit in the cruiser and talk to the state police all night." I said, "So just stay on the phone with me, and
Yeah.
when you got to go, you got to go, and then call me back on your ride home." And I talked with her pretty much the whole ride home. The last 10 or 15 minutes, she started to get tired, and she wanted to put on some kick-ass, loud rock and roll music to keep her awake. So she did that, and then she called me when she was home, snuggled up in bed, and
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, not a problem. Hey, any one of us would have done it. I just happened to work those hours and happened to be awake, so it wasn't a huge deal.
It wasn't nap time at the time.
It wasn't nap time.
Well,
No, but it just
right.
goes to show you that, we take care of each other. The friendships that have developed are just so awesome. For her to be like, "Yeah, Kurt, can you stay on the phone with me?"
Yeah.
And for you to be available for her, that's awesome. It's just, it's great. I love it.
Thank you, Dina.
All right. What else? Oh, the select board meeting's starting, I believe.
Yeah, we'll give it a second here and see what the hell it does.
Yeah. But anyway, in the meantime, let's watch this funny video.
Outstanding.
Wait, let's watch it again.
Outstanding. That's fantastic. I love that. That video is fantastic.
Sorry.
Tim was excited to go on the duck boats. That was pre
Yeah.
duck boat morning, so he was all excited to go.
Yeah, the duck boats were awesome. Thank you guys for all going on the duck boat tour.
Yeah, that was
Cool.
a great trip.
It was.
We're thinking, I got to talk to Erica and try and set up a date with you guys. We're thinking about possibly going on a whale watch boat out
Cool.
of Plymouth, Mass.
Cool.
But we gotta try and narrow down a date and get the costs and transportation and stuff. But
Right.
Yeah.
that would be on the pier, basically right behind where Renee Rose does her protest.
Yep, right in the center there, right near on
Yeah.
the waterfront.
Yep.
So I don't think we would have a problem. Number one, people know where it is, and number two, I don't think we'd have a problem selling it out or getting close to full. I don't know what
Yeah.
No, yeah. Well,
I don't know what the
definitely look
boat,
into
what the capacity on the boat is, but
It's a lot. I know, like classes, kids, like I remember when I
Right.
went on the whale watch and stuff, like the whole classes can go and all that. So they're pretty big. And I think sometimes you can, well, not that we want to charter too, but yeah, you could do that too. But there's plenty of parking down there. The parking's great. Whoever's been down there, don't worry about that. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll work something out. That sounds like a great time.
Yeah, it does.
I haven't been on a whale watch since I was a
I know.
kid,
I
for
was
crying out
7th
loud.
grade. I went
Yeah.
on the whale watch.
yeah, and I think I mean, I was a charter boat captain like Peter Murphy for 12 years, and and, you know, some of the stuff that we see out there, you know, I got spoiled with it. You know, I would see, you know, whales bubble feeding 15 feet away from my boat. I mean, I saw
Wow.
stuff that, you know, the average person would never see. And, you know, I remember back when I was a kid, you were lucky if you just saw a whale, never mind saw them bubble feeding or,
Yeah.
you know, just breaching and stuff like that, you know. I remember when I was a kid, it's like we were lucky if we just saw like one tail for the day, you know. I don't know how it was when you guys went.
All right, I'm gonna share I gotta share my screen because the thing is on. Hold on.
Executive session, so we are just coming back from our recess and coming back into open session.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of, no,
All
actually,
right,
let's hang
the
out.
first thing on our
What?
agenda is reorganization of the select board. So for the public at home and for those in the audience, every year the board reorganizes. We have it in our administrative code that the chair does not serve consecutive years. So we typically reorganize after annual town meeting concludes. So with that being said, I would entertain any motions or nominations for a new chair of the select board.
I make a motion to select J.R. McCourt as the new chair.
Do I have a second for that?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Do I have any other nominations for chair? Hearing none, I will close the nomination and I will take a vote. All those in favor of Mr. McCourt being the new chair, say aye.
Aye.
5-0. Congratulations, Mr. McCourt.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Give us just a couple
Good luck.
seconds. Swap seats and Mr. McCourt needs a little bit of time.
Easy.
This is easy.
There you go.
Just going to take a step. Yep. Take your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike, for serving for the last year. A lot of work, a lot of time. Appreciate all the work you've done.
Appreciate it.
Now we're going to continue with reorganization of the board. The next position would be vice chair. Do we have any nominations for vice chair?
I move that Patricia Boyden be nominated for the position of vice chair.
I'll second that.
Second has been made. Do we have any other nominations? Seeing none, I'll move the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? 5-0.
Wow.
The next would be for the clerk. Do we have a nomination for the clerk?
I nominate Chris Albert.
I'll second that.
Motion made in second. Any other nominations? Seeing none, we'll go for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
The chair also, 5-0. All right, let's get going. The next order of business will be our public comment. And like every meeting, we will do the statement about public comment prior. The public comment portion of the meeting is an opportunity to listen to residents' feedback and concerns. But the public comment portion of the meeting is not meant to be a question and answer format. There'll be no response to any public comment when presented. The public comment portion of the meeting is limited to 15 minutes total and 3 minutes per speaker. I would encourage those who do not wish to speak that do wish to speak, be mindful of others in the room who wish to do the same, so that we can make the most of the time allotted and hear from as many people as possible. Anyone who does not wish to speak or is unable to speak due to the time limit may submit their comments in writing for the board's review and consideration. And one more thing to do, we make the announcement that this is being recorded by Canton Community TV this evening, so that we're all on board. With that said, first speaker, just your name and town, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Brenda Sweeney, Canton. My humble opinion. Mr. Loughran announced at a select board meeting, the U.S. Attorney's Office closed the investigation into the death of Officer John O'Keefe, and it's no longer active. Mr. Loughran, you, Helena, and Mr. Albert has systematically destroyed our trust. Thanks to Olivia Lambo, we have confidence in the abstention doctrine, a legal principle that stops the feds from intruding in ongoing state matters. They have to wait until there's a resolution to the state matter, like a verdict, before they can act. Plus, they don't have jurisdiction in a state-level murder case, so they have to find a federal jurisdictional hook, like a conspiracy, in order to take any action. Our money's on the feds. The investigation's not active because the evidence is collected, the case is built, and they're waiting for the trial to end so they can act. Let's review some pieces of that conspiracy puzzle. A mysterious Ford Edge, butt dials galore, 4 a.m. radio transmission, pedestrian struck by a plow. A few drops of blood in 6 red Solo cups, 3 liters missing. The white Jeep, to be or not to be, that is the question. A 5 to 6 foot black blob near the flagpole. The exact 2 minutes of library video missing. A Scrivener's error. No taillight photos before the tow. Amazing hair and glass hanging on for dear life, 60 miles round trip in a blizzard. An unsecured taillight garden watered by the melting snow. A female cop flees the Sallyport. The bumper glass doesn't match the cup. Specialized drive-through SIM card dumpsters at a military base. Man down 5 to 6 hours in a blizzard, but no frostbite. 227 sound familiar? Multiple unknown male contributors of DNA. Chloe. Witness protection explains no paperwork proving she's Cora, a better outcome than those rumors about the pool. The real question, what did Chloe's loyalty to her master cost her? Helena. Am I smelling a jurisdictional hook in there somewhere? Reminds me of Sir Walter Scott's poem, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive." Good old Short and Shiny took his secrets to the grave with him, but not before he visited that fire pit in Summer Heights. Have no fear, Helena, he left you behind to testify. Remember, a clear conscience is a gift. If you decide to look that gift horse in the mouth, Uncle Joe's house is located at 1 Courthouse Way, Boston. We're so glad the witnesses are swearing to tell the truth. The truth is important, isn't it? It's all we really want, no matter what. They're blinded by power. Their arrogance will come back to bite them, and they still can't fathom we ain't got no quit. Didn't mean to step on your toes, Mr. Loughran. Just wanted to make sure the citizens were fully informed. We'll be back, and rest assured, Mr. Loughran, I'll make sure I call you when the ice cream truck shows up. Thank you.
Thank you. Oops, sorry.
Okay, good evening. My name is Alan Karen for Newell Hagen Court, Canton. Just wanted to make a comment about town meeting. Obviously, there's in this town we have a very much suspicion about the executive branch these days. In this time of era, that people have to be aware that town meeting, we meet on the second Monday in May to discuss town business. And the article, like let's say there was a pickleball article that was in the warrant for like 4 months. You know, obviously there was like one, plan. There was one select board meeting, I believe, in January, and one finance committee meeting. That was not enough to really inform the town about, all the details of the plan. This plan should have gone before a workshop, a highly advertised workshop that people around town could have attended and voiced their concerns. The last thing I needed to find out was to get ambushed on the first day of town meeting with opponents coming in that didn't start their arguments until the plan was already on the floor. I had to vote no because I had questions myself in the first round, but then they went further and made a motion to reconsider, which forced a third day. I couldn't, not in good conscience, vote yes on the motion to reconsider because that would reward people who were absent and people who didn't pay attention, slept through the warrant, slept through the finance committee meeting, and then once we met on the floor, they first became aware of the situation, and then they want to have their say. They missed the vote, they want to have their say. Get the second bite of the apple. Well, they did get the second bite of the apple, and of course, it's overturned, and by two votes, it met the 2/3. I applaud them. They won. So it's going to be much more difficult for pickleball courts to be cited in Canton now because I can't find any other, what plot of land would have pickleball courts that are not going to be within 500 feet of a residence. Well, that's all I have to say. Thanks, and I'll revise and extend my remarks in the Canton Citizen and maybe extra for the board, board written comments in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Seeing no one else, we'll move on. Mr.
And
And live.
back.
And we're back.
We're back.
Brenda,
Well, that escalated quickly.
she just kicked them in the nuts like
Oh my
hard.
goodness, she is a rock star.
that's like, I love this woman. Yeah, well, we all do, I think.
Yeah, we all do is right.
My
She
God.
just does not give a shit.
Yep.
Her
That other guy
time-
was pretty worked up too,
Yeah, he was.
giving it to them.
He was going on. But Brenda's like short and shiny. You think I'm like, oh shit,
my
like
God.
here it is.
So
Fantastic.
awesome.
So
Anyway,
so good good on them. I think the restructuring is I mean, JR is maybe in question, but I think out of all of them, all of the old boy school thing, I think he's the one that people like the most. So him being chair and Trish being vice, I thought for sure at the end the expectation was Chris was going to be vice chair.
yeah. I was
So,
waiting for that,
but
that
yeah,
didn't happen.
but
Thank God.
thank God. So Trish is in that chair. And then the chair, the initial vote for the chair was from Sue.
Yeah.
So I think that's encouraging. Hopefully they're going in the right direction. I like it. So, anyways, what have you been able to see for court? I know you've been like all over the place, and you even like, what do you get? Do you get your highlights and shit?
I really haven't the last couple of weeks. Donna did the majority of the planning for the vacation, but the stuff
Mhm.
that I have to get prepped for both, my jobs and firewood sales and stuff, get some stuff taken care of before I leave. Just to be able to shut the phone off for a week is a Christmas miracle. You know what I mean? Donna and I try to just leave the phones on for pictures and videos of the kids and hanging out on vacation, but not really deal with any business while we're on vacation, kind of unwind and shut that whole part of it down,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like I say, Donna takes care of most of the planning and stuff. Like, I give her advice and she asks my opinions and stuff, but she did a fantastic job this year. But yeah, I haven't been able to watch a whole lot. I get bits and pieces, and whoever's putting the reels up with the highlights, if you're clicking through the reels and all of a sudden you see Alan Jackson or you see Liza or whatever, and you click on, you get to see, they put the real good points up.
Yep.
The whole thing with Bias Bev pulling on her cheek with the big smile, and and I don't post a whole lot of that on my personal Facebook, but I had to post that one. I'm like, because I have a lot of people that are either on the fence or they have their own opinions, and I tell them all the time, I go, look, I'm not here to ram it down your throat. If you want to have a conversation and we'll talk about it, we can do that. Even if you don't have the same opinion as me, but I just ask that you listen to what I have to say, and I'll listen to what you have to say. And I had two or three people that I had those conversations with, and some of the bombs that I dropped on them that weren't just my opinions or weren't just conspiracy theory. These were actually facts that have come out in court, and they were like, "What are you talking about? I never heard about that." All the missing camera footage and how many times these people say, "I don't know," or "Can you rephrase the question?" or they seem to be able to answer every single question when it comes to Brennan.
Right.
But anytime it's Karen's team, they're dumbfounded. Everything has to be repeated or rephrased or, just the normal, I don't know, I don't recall, I don't do time.
Yeah. Right.
You guys know all the stuff.
Genius.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get too far in, if we could mention, Tracy, can you bring up that thing that I sent you for Naomi's comedy event? I'm sorry for springing this on you guys with not a whole lot of notice. The only thing I don't have, I have a bunch of notes. I just don't have the location. It's at a church in Holliston.
Sorry, I'm like reading my All right, I have the information. I can read it. I'm not sure if can I share it? I don't know how to do it.
I have the slightest idea.
All right, so it's a free Karen Reed fundraiser. I'll just read it. As many of us firmly believe, Karen Reed is factually innocent. Those are our neighbors. Maybe we should shut the door.
Dude, you fucking kidding me with this guy? Jesus Christ.
He's always making noise. Hold on.
Is he at the front door?
What?
Is he at the front door?
No, he's at his house. Like he's just got all the machines and all. He's always building something or fixing something.
Yeah.
Just shut the window. It's wicked loud. Oh, now he stopped. Now the cat's all upset. All right, sorry. So anyway, please join us for a meaningful evening of dinner, comedy, and dancing as we stand united in support of Karen. Your presence and contribution will provide the resources necessary to fight for justice and ensure her freedom. Together, we can help set the record straight and stand for what's right. So the location is the Christ the King Lutheran Church. It's in Holliston on 600 Central Street. The date is Friday, June 27th at 7 p.m. Tickets or, your donation is $100. And who to contact is Naomi Boren. I will share this link on our page as well. Go ahead.
Yeah. If I can just jump in. So
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of people know Naomi, but she does come to court quite a bit. And she does come to Legacy Place. And if people remember or don't remember, she gave a very nice gift to Karen because one of her, she's also a double duty. I believe she's a bartender at the Capitol Grill. So last year, after Dive Bar one night, we walked over to Lewis's because Lou wanted to close early and some people were still wanted to hang out. And Naomi stopped in and said hello to us. And she actually handed me a bag full of stuff and asked me if I could get it to Karen, Yeah, sure. So she gave Karen a very nice set of steak knives from the Capitol Grill and a $500 gift card for her team or whoever, Karen wanted to have use it. So it was a very nice gesture and a very nice gift. So, just to kind of give a background on Naomi and how I know her, but she said because it's a church, they can only have beer and wine, but there is going to be a buffet there. And she said it's the same comedian that was at the last event for Karen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I told her, is it Michael Pettit?
I think
that
so.
sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
Well, that's the name she sent me. I'm just making sure.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
that must be
pronouncing
it then,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I believe, I don't know, can you see if her contact is on there for people to get a hold of to buy tickets or to get more information?
There's a link.
Naomi's in the chat if she can.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael Pennant. Yeah, there's a link on the link for tickets. Hold on one second. No, of course it's tiny and I can't see anything. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's like a cool. Yeah, I will put the actually I'll put it on in the chat. How's that? If I can.
Very good.
If I could figure it out.
And maybe we'll just announce it one more time at the end of the show so that
Yep. Okay.
we can get double coverage for Naomi because this is a very nice thing she's doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is buffet, it is a buffet food from 7 p.m. to 11 and cash bar, beer and wine. And she's selling 100 tickets, but if she needs, she can possibly sell 50 more. So just keep that in mind if she starts getting close to her goal. But like I say, she's in the chat. She can. I told her watch me in the chat in case I screw anything up. You can correct me.
How's he doing?
I put it in the chat, so it's in there.
Very good.
Yeah, it's a cool site and it's got a lot of information on there and you can buy your tickets there as well. So thank you, Naomi. That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, flag that for later, like star it, and we can, so you can just
Okay,
recirculate it later.
All right. cool. Awesome.
Outstanding.
And if I can just mention one more thing,
Yeah.
Erica at the Star Drive-In, we love Erica.
I love Erica.
You know, she runs a great business and she's a great person and she's very generous. And she has been hit. I talked with her privately and I'm not going to go into her whole thing, but she has been hit with one obstacle after another. And she's one of those people that just keeps pushing. So
Yeah.
shout out to Erica and her business. And if people are down in that area, or even if you're not, you know, make it a road trip and go down there for the day. You know, it's an old school diner. It's you know, it's kind of like, you know, Happy Days with Ralph Malph and the Fonz and everything.
Ralph Malph.
You know,
Foxy.
it's
Good on
old
it.
school. You don't see places like that
Yeah,
anymore. You know what I mean?
it's great.
And you know, like I say, she does a lot. She does a lot for Karen and everything. And just wanted to kind of give her a shout out and remind people that, you know, she's there and she's great food down there. You know, you guys,
Oh, it's amazing.
I know you guys always talk about it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think I got a clam plate or a scallop plate the
Oh.
last time I was down there, and then
So good.
got a pizza to bring home for Donna, and
Nice.
I forget whether I got a cheeseburger or something else for my work dinner, but all the food was excellent.
Yeah.
They also have it's called the Star Drive-In, by the way, and they also have movies starting. They do movies on weekends. I think it's
Yeah.
on weekends.
Mhm.
And I always I posted on our Facebook page. Whenever she posts something, I repost it. So if you need any info, like the menus on there and everything. So yeah, watch out for that. And I'll repost that as well.
And also in regards to Erica, I know she had quit smoking. Geez, I think probably be like 2 months ago now. So I don't know if she's still going strong with the quitting or not. So well, you know, we're pulling for you. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
it's not an easy thing to do.
No, and you're right. She does keep going.
Yeah. And quitting smoking to boot. And they got the pizza oven repaired or replaced.
Yeah, I
So-
thought for sure she was going to be buying a new one, but she must have found somebody that knows how to work on them. You know,
Yeah.
Those
That's an
ovens are
old
die
that's an
hard.
old oven, right? That came
Yeah.
with the place.
yeah.
That's awesome.
No, I was very happy when I saw that because, you know, for once something went her way and she was able to, you know, I don't know what it cost her to fix it, but I'm sure it was a lot more than it. I mean, a lot less than it would have if she had to replace it, you know?
Right. Oh, absolutely.
I want to do a couple shout outs too while we're doing shout outs. Our friend Kat Bartlett wrote a book. I got my copy. It's called I Got Out. It's Journeys of Self-Love, Resilience, and Transformation Through the Eyes of Domestic Violence Survivors. So there's all different stories in here from domestic abuse survivors. And I read a few and they're amazing. So you can get it on Amazon. I'll put the link on the chat and in the on our Facebook page too.
And
So
who was the author of that?
Kat Bartlett, she's an
Awesome.
FKR supporter.
Awesome.
And also, I don't want to forget, a lot of people are talking about the FKR, what are these called?
Oh yeah, the bucket hat.
Bucket hats. So you can, you can contact Victoria Carlton on Facebook Messenger if you'd like one. I think they're like $15 or something.
No, they were 20,
Oh,
28. Did I still the thing? I'm gonna get rid of it by accident.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that
Mhm.
sounds right if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think so too.
They look stupid on me, so I'm not a very good model for that, but they're so cool and comfortable. and
It looks
everything.
it looks fine on you, honey. Stop
Oh,
being so hard on yourself.
Oh,
See?
thank you. And who's doing these?
You want to
Dana.
see stupid? Put it on Dana.
I know.
Exactly.
Put it on.
Good.
That one was for you, Dylan.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So that
FKR on the
if I
front.
put it on backwards, it's my fault.
Yeah. Hey, see, look at that.
Skipper.
Just want to go fishing and stuff.
Hey there, little buddy. No, I love it. That one's too small, but I
That
got
one's mine. Yeah, he's got a larger
I got a
one.
wreck-
There's
I got a wrecking
huge
ball.
noggin.
I'm not a big hat guy. I wear that straw hat on vacation and
Yeah.
you know, the boys come and rip it off my head and they throw it in the pool. You know, I'm like, guys, come on. It was an expensive hat. And I actually use it to keep the sun off my big nose and my forehead and everything. And, they're playing Frisbee with it and throwing it around
Oh,
the
yeah.
pool.
It looks like the neighbor in Home Improvement. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Leanne.
Yes,
Yeah.
the neighbor that looks over the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a problem.
Stop it, dog. This dog is like licking me like, ugh.
Um,
Like, why? Do you want to say hello?
yeah, go ahead. Say
Oh,
hi.
say hi. Say hi.
Like this.
Oh, there he is.
Hello, it's Chevron, right?
Chevron. Yep.
Hello,
Say hi.
Chevron.
Say hi. He's,
No,
he's
he's gonna lose his mind now. Are you
So-
paying attention to me? I love this. Oh, good
Your
job.
breath is horrible.
Serious.
Hey,
Um,
now.
yeah. So,
Hey,
Yeah,
speaking
so
of
back-
Dylan, speaking of
speaking of
I
Dylan,
brought
so
him up a
he's
minute ago.
leaving,
We're
right?
gonna
So
miss
that's
you,
what I
buddy.
wanted to ask you.
What
Yeah.
am I doing?
Um,
Okay.
I know a lot of you guys were talking to him and watched his show and stuff like that. I didn't really get a chance to know him till about the time you filled me in on the secret and asked me for some help trying to get his whole surprise thing coordinated and everything. And then, we started talking because, I'm up crazy hours and his schedule is, 5 hours behind us or whatever.
The head, yeah.
So I was able to get to know Dylan through, talking, texting and stuff in the middle of the night and stuff. And it's just been a pleasure ever since he's come over and, I'm going to miss him. He says he's coming back in September, I think he said, or possibly.
I heard.
Yeah, he said in the fall, so we'll see. It'll be better too, because there'll be no trial and, we'll have more time and he can relax a little bit more.
Yeah, well, hopefully
of a
we'll be
schedule.
celebrating that the, the right people were put in jail for this and Karen's,
Yeah, right, exactly.
Karen's
Yeah.
free and available to start living her life and move on to the next chapter.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's it's funny because he's been here for 5 weeks tomorrow, and he's he's on his way back, like you said, and it seems like to us, it seems like it's gone by really fast. And I asked him the other night, I'm like, so has it gone by fast for you? He goes, it did, but it didn't. It's just one of those things. But he's been nonstop since he got here, and
Yeah.
he doesn't have a
Right.
choice. Dennis has him up at the crack of ass. It's like, all right, it's time. Let's go, Dylan. Let's go. Dennis is up at 4 waiting like at the door. He's in the parking lot of Dylan's B&B. Like, hey, you ready? Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I have offered to drive him home later at Dive Bar or Court. Yeah, we can get you a ride home with somebody else. And he's like,
Yep.
no, I've been up. Like you said, I'm exhausted. I want to get a nap in so that I can function for the next event that Eric has got him all lined up
Yeah,
for.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm completely knackered.
Yeah.
Like, that's this thing. Like, all right. But yeah, it's gonna be I think like everybody, you kind of wish you had a little more downtime to hang out. Like
Right.
I don't think I don't feel like we spent really any I didn't really have a lot of good conversations with him because it was always in a
Yeah.
in a big
sucked.
group.
Yeah.
But, we made it out to dinner that night with the Sweeneys.
Yeah,
That was a good night.
That was good. We went up for
Um,
ice cream.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, that was
That was so
ridiculous.
funny. We got some time with them.
Yeah,
so,
you guys had that party for Lauren. I forget whether I was working that night or whether we were on vacation. Would you go back to the Wades?
Oh, the Wades. Yeah. Dana was there for Lauren's birth. I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Skylar.
Yeah, that was the week Lou and Deb had to shut down for their
Oh, yeah. That was last
Okay,
week.
that's
loss of
right.
the family, yeah.
That's right.
So-
Yeah, I was out of town that week, and that was
Yep.
the week that they yeah. There was one other shout out I want to get about. I it's so hard to remember everybody. I finally got everybody's name. Oh, I know who it is now. Coco, when we were on the duck boat, Coco was walking around and she had custom made keychains for everybody. Had their name. I don't know what yours had. I don't know but mine had an American flag, Karen's, love you symbol, and a turtle on it. but you know, she had my name handwritten on it, and she had one specially made for Jilly. So shout out to Coco for you know, giving us the keychains, and LJ and his mother. I can remember, is it Aubrey or Audrey? LJ that shows up at court in the morning.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't know if it's with a
I
D
finally
or a
asked
D.
her husband what his name was the other night because I had forgotten. His name is Omar.
Her name is Audra.
Audra.
Audra,
Yeah,
okay.
that's why I can't remember because it's you know, a very unique name.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dennis had posted the magnets that she had made for him.
Yep.
She had made magnets for me and Donna, and a bunch of them were pictures of me and Karen. She had a couple of pictures of me and my nephew that she made into those little magnets.
Oh, cool.
And she made earrings. Donna has a handbag with a picture of me and Karen and one of the reporters one morning when I was escorting her out of court. And Donna has it on a handbag. And
Aw.
she had taken that picture and made earrings out of it for Donna, which was super nice and above and beyond, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And LJ gets such a kick out of being there in the morning and, you know, telling everybody he's famous because he's on TV. He calls me the cameraman. I'm his best buddy.
Yeah.
I brought him home one of those. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's a slap bracelet.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a piece of metal, and you know the kids slap it on their wrist. And I was trying to get a hold of Audrey. Is that how you pronounce it?
Audra.
Audra. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was trying to get a hold of her, but she was busy, and I was in. You know, we were down in Disney, and she finally got back to me later that night. But I already had bought him one of those snap bracelets because that's what my nephew said to get him. Oh, he'll love this. So we got him a Cars snap bracelet, and he did. He
Cool.
loved it. And then I had one gold duck left. The other pink ones, the silky ducks, we sold out of them at Dive Bar last night. Hadn't sold any for a while, and last night everybody wanted one. They went like hotcakes, so
Well,
those were
that's
all
great.
gone.
Beautiful.
Still working on a couple small little things. You know, still got Dive Bar t-shirts in the works and stuff, but don't want to go too overboard. You know, we thank everybody for showing up, and we thank everybody for their donations. Last night we had a better night than a few, but we know that the people, you know, spend a lot of money getting back and forth to court and stuff. I've said this in the past. If you got an extra couple bucks and you throw it in the jar, great. You know, if you can't, we totally understand. You know, it's not anything that we try to push down anybody's throat, you know. But thank you for all those that did last night. We had a nice collection going. So I got Coco with the keychain. I got Audra. I know my Aunt Penny and Debbie are probably watching, so I want to say hello to them. My beautiful wife, Donna, is watching.
I
So
don't
we
have.
give her the Queen's hey now.
Hey, Nick.
And I know Scotty and Matt from S&M Mechanical are probably watching.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
buddies. Yep. They give us a lot of support. We love them. Remember I told you the debacle with the baklava last night?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got the wrong platter.
Yep.
Come to find out, I took Scotty's platter of baklava. So he called me this morning. Where's my baklava? I said, oops.
Yeah. Right.
I think Trisha and Dana were divvying up pieces for the car ride home.
Oh, yeah. There was a couple left. Trish was trying to bite me again, like she did with those friggin' French fries, those
Hey, now.
Parmesan fries.
Yeah.
It's very aggressive.
Yeah, last night was another fun night.
I had a blast last
Yeah.
night.
I wasn't able to show up early, and I a big thank you out to the guys and girls. I think Tim and I don't want to leave anybody out. If somebody's in the chat can correct me, but I believe Tim and Maria, and I honestly don't know who else helped out with the decorations. Jen Root had a couple of friends there
Yeah.
that were helping them out, did a lot of stuff. I don't know who did the picture collages, but those were awesome.
Yeah, they were.
Maria did those.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Made
it was,
one for Jen
it was,
and
it was
one
another
for-
fun night and, you know, no stress. Everybody got along, which was, you know, great to be able to sit down, relax and enjoy. And I think, God, me and Donna were shaking our heads. Everybody was gone by like 9:30. I think it was even earlier than that. There was, you know, like one table of us left.
Yeah.
Jilly had texted me asking me if we were still there. I wasn't sure if she was on her way home or if she was just curious, you know.
Yeah.
I know she went up to her place in Maine, but I don't know if she's spent the night or if she was gonna try and come home, you know, on Monday. But yeah, shout out to Lou and Deb for always taking care of us. You know,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Lou's really taken a liking to us, and you know, he loves having us. And you know, he said last night, you know, everybody was so well behaved tonight. He goes, you know, every time me and Deb went out back to pick up the tables, we saw somebody else was already clearing tables and picking up food and drinks and stuff. So he's like, you know, we really appreciate that. I'm like, Lou, you know, we appreciate what you guys do for us and give us a space to come out here and scream and yell and, you know, do our thing.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. It's really it's so appreciated what they offer up, and just, you know, we pretty much have free reign of the place. We go in there and then everybody's used to us and they're the regulars
Yeah.
and all that.
They're just such nice
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
They're
it
such
really-
nice people.
And we, you know, we had quite a few newbies over the last two visits. A lot of people came out specifically just to meet Dylan, which was nice. Nice that we could make that happen. I can't remember the two girls' names. Maybe you guys will remember, but Sean's two cousins came out.
We like totally forgot their
Yeah,
name.
you had to ask about them, didn't you?
They did post something. I know.
Oh, did you?
They posted something and they
Yeah, we were looking for it before we went live. We were trying to figure out, but I
Yeah,
couldn't-
Yeah, I
I'm
can't-
sorry for putting the foot back in your mouth.
No,
I said the
it's
same
okay.
thing to them because I remember them from the first trial, because same thing, they come out and visited for a couple of days.
Yeah, I saw them when they were here that last time, but I didn't get a chance to meet them at all. I think so. Yeah, nice people, great people. You know, but actually, the other day we ended up at the waterfall, right?
Oh yeah, we ended up at the waterfall after we stood in front of D&E. That was
I
Sunday.
think it was Sunday.
Yeah, and we met these two girls who they were twins, and they were from like Western Mass somewhere, and they were doing like the Canton tour. And so we got to talk to them. We were eating lunch with them. Eric was with us too, Eric D.
Yep.
And then we were in the bar, and these two other girls approached us, and you know, they were following the Karen Reed thing.
Mhm.
Their names, I remember their names. They were Heather and Tara. We're friends on Facebook now.
Yep.
But they just wanted to introduce themselves and everything. It was just so cool.
Yeah,
A lot of new people around town and
Yeah.
stuff for the trial and everything like that. So
yeah.
it's
Heather
really
Heather
cool.
Honey was here a while ago. You know, she's all over the place.
Yeah.
I see her everywhere. We got Audra. Yeah, one of the. That's why I was trying to remember her name. One of the girls was like, I forget whether she said 6 weeks or 6 months sober, and she was very proud of that. And
Awesome.
we give a golf clap to anybody that's dealing with that, and
Absolutely.
that's awesome that she was able to do that, and she got plenty of support from her. I think they were sisters. Yeah, her sister,
they're
says her
sisters, yeah.
family, and everybody's giving support. It's kind of changed the dynamic of the family events and stuff, and everybody's supporting her and everything.
Was it Jill and Amy? So what you were
Jill and Amy. Oh, Coco. Yeah. Did you meet them? Oh, I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, I don't know. America.
But
That
anyway.
might have
Yeah.
been, yeah, that might have been it. I
Was it?
I don't know. But yeah, there was that other girl from Michigan. She just goes by M.
Yep.
She
Yep.
watches, and shout out to M. Loved meeting you out in front of Diana's house, out by the guard shack there, where we wait for Karen to drive by. There's been so many other people, and hopefully there'll be more tomorrow morning. I'm going to be doing the stream for for 2 hours first thing in the morning. And then I gotta go get busy, but,
Yep. Yeah, and we
Miss-
get a hippie chick came in town. And
Yeah.
Yes,
Hippie chick,
yes,
she was chat,
thank you.
Shannon.
Lisa Reed.
Yeah,
and,
Lisa Reed.
I forget who else came up. Those are a handful of people that came up for Dylan. Dylan actually went up to I think Peabody was Salem was a washout, and he ended up going to Peabody for steaks or something like that. He met someone else from his channel up there, Chrissy something. I can't think of her name right now, but
I'm horrible with names.
I'm terrible
So
with names.
bad.
So yeah, exactly. Well, who's this guy? Who's he?
I don't even know this guy on this channel. Wait, shout out to Lisa. Lisa just celebrated 32 years sober, May 6th.
Awesome,
you,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Congratulations.
I did
Awesome.
not know that. Congratulations, my friend. Oops, sorry.
Well, it's good. I mean, there's a lot of people within this movement that are, recovering or, it's been, sober and whatever the case may be. And it's really, the fact that everybody encourages them to, keep pushing forward, whether it be cigarettes or
Yeah, we all
alcohol,
have our
drugs, like
thing.
we all have our
our
vices.
issues.
Yeah.
We all have things we're struggling with, and so good for you
Yeah.
guys.
Ross struggles with brandy.
Yeah, poor Ross.
I hear she's a fine girl.
Wait, Amazon just dropped something off.
Oh, hell.
Hey now,
Hey now.
is it a silky
So,
duck?
what else did I want to? Oh, so what do you think about Erica's? I know you're up against borrowed time, bud. So I won't, keep you forever. But
No, it's all good. I'm up now. It is what it is.
what's your thoughts on Erica's situation with her?
We all love Erica and don't want to see anything bad happen to her. I think she's making a statement, and I applaud her for that. None of us are happy about what's going on in the buffer zone. But if we're all locked up or we're in jail, or even if we miss a day or two or three, and it costs you money and a lawyer and going back and forth, that's not going to be good for the cause and good for showing support for Karen. But hey, if people want to put their neck out and push back a little bit, I give them the utmost respect for that. I mean, I don't want to see anybody get in trouble. I don't want to see anybody get arrested. But it would be like if I wore this shirt. It doesn't, well, actually without the FKR on the bottom.
Right.
It just says guilty, not guilty, or framed.
Right.
But that they would be like, oh, that definitely has something to do with the case. You're out, whatever. So, but yeah, I feel for Erica, and I back her in what she's doing, and hopefully, the lawyers got the confidence and everything. But I just don't want to see any of our Karen Reed family get in trouble and get incarcerated or have to go to jail or whatever. She's got a daughter and a family life at home on top of everything else she does for Karen and for all of us and stuff. Whenever there's something going on, Eric is one of the first people that's always there to lend a hand and stuff. She's awesome,
She is awesome.
and we
She's
miss her
the
this
best.
week.
No.
What did they say?
Um,
They went down for her daughter's graduation, and they had some other family event. I mean, not that we have to get into her personal.
Yeah, her
stuff,
brother's.
but-
I think her brother's getting married.
But we do miss you, Erica. I don't know if
Yeah.
you'll see this later on tonight or tomorrow, whatever, but miss you, honey. And tell Vitali we said hello.
Yeah, the man.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. Someone was just saying that Microdots, it's, wait, hold on. That's not it. Microdots did a video on Erica, I believe. I got the email, but I haven't watched it. So, I think I got the email.
Yeah, I got to say it again. When Microdots first come out and I heard the accent on the narrative that he used, any other time there's a British, and no offense to the British or anybody, but any other time there was a British accent, it just, for some reason, it turned me off. And when he does it on the microdots. I absolutely love it. Like I
Yep.
start mimicking the voice and everything, and like
Yeah.
because they say certain words much different than we do and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, his videos are incredible. You don't want them to end. Like when you start seeing
know.
the credits, it's like, it's over already.
Yeah,
You want to watch it for longer, but he puts out some great stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that video there if you got it.
I'm fine. I'm
Did
trying
he
to
release
find
it to the public or did he release it to his
I'm not sure.
special subscribers or
I'm
whatever?
not sure.
Oh, word.
Word. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it.
I wanted to ask you this while she's searching for that, right? So,
All right,
so
you
the
want-
at the courthouse, hey now. So at the courthouse, I know that like morning prayer has been going on every day and pledge and that type of thing. But have you heard any feedback in the negative light on any of that stuff? I saw a couple comments one day that I was kind of like, wait a minute, what's going on here with the whole, keep the praying in your backyard and all this other shit. I'm like, come on, people. It's like we're there for a good reason. I'm not a religious person by any stretch of the means.
Yeah,
But
a lot of the negative stuff, I'll read it in my head if I can see that it's going that way.
yeah,
I'll read it in my head and then be like, hey, thanks for chiming in. Have a great day. Jesus is with you or whatever.
yeah.
Um,
God bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, and here again, I'm not getting into the whole thing, but when there was a little tension going on with other channels and stuff, and people would go out of their way to ask in the chat, hey, what's going on with so-and-so, or what's going on with this, or what's
Yeah.
going on with that? It's like, look, that's not what we're here for.
Right.
I know a lot of people don't understand a lot of the ins and outs of what happens behind the scenes and everything. And I know we've gone over this before, but my opinion is the best way is just say, hey, have a great day. Thanks for checking in. And maybe we'll see you here someday,
Yep. Move on.
So yeah. I think they were saying, how can you guys stand there and pray and pretend you're all religious and pray, but yet this happened last week, and
Oh yeah.
so kind of calling it like a hypocrite or whatever. But listen, if you don't, I tell people a lot of that in the chat. If you don't know everything that went on, just don't comment. It'll either come out sooner or later, or just watch for yourself and like and hang out with the people you like to hang out with. And
Right.
if somebody isn't your cup of tea, you don't have to hang out with them. We
Right.
had that one person that commented one morning, they didn't like the fact that I said, hey now, and everybody I walk by says, hey now. And I'm like, sorry. I mean,
I know, like what?
I think the example I used that morning was like, that's like telling Jerry Seinfeld, he can't say, what's up with these people?
Right?
Oh shit.
I know. I don't know how this.
Look at that.
Oh shit.
Broke it already.
My new phone thing for my car came in. Every time I order one, it's the wrong one. So I'm sure this is the wrong one too. but,
Probably.
We'll see.
Oh, you know what?
I hope it's the right one, Tracy.
Thanks, Kurt. Thank you, Curtis.
I hope so.
Did we show the
Did you get the
meatball-
Curtis
meatball
reference?
thing?
What, Curtis?
Did you get the Curtis reference?
No.
I don't hear you unless you knock.
Oh.
Curtis.
Curtis, I don't hear you unless you
Mr.
knock,
Hand.
Curtis.
Spicoli.
Entree. Curtis.
Nobody calls me Curtis unless they're mad at me. Actually, I take it back. At my new job, the job I'm at now, the old job I was at, there was 3 Kurts there.
Wow.
Kurt is usually with a K. Curtis is usually with a C. And there was 3 Kurts there. So I said, hey, I'll go as Curtis just so we don't get confused. And then, some people know me as Curtis. Some people know me as Kurt. But, yeah.
I heard Donna call you Curtis last night.
Well, when
Oh, you're in trouble.
Donna's getting ready to put a can of soup in her hand, she
Mhm.
usually
Gotta
calls
watch
me
out.
Curtis.
You gotta behave.
Hey now.
I know.
Those big old cans of Progresso soup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Those things are no joke.
No.
they are
So
no
we-
joke. Trust
We
me.
have this vid. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying they are no joke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So we have this video from the parade in Quincy. Was it over the weekend?
Yep.
From Memorial Day, and Meatball was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and someone made a Free Karen Reed comment. Well, it was basically Free Karen Reed,
Right.
and this is how he responded. This is the district attorney of
Did,
Norfolk
did
County.
he respond?
Yeah, listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night to Free Karen Reed. She's not free. You know that?
Yeah,
She is free, by the way.
Good for her for speaking that up. Good for her
Yeah,
for
that's
speaking up.
awesome.
I don't know who that was, but kudos
Yeah.
to
Do you know
you.
who that was?
I'm not even sure. I just saw her like
Yeah.
literally
Well,
before
she's
we
a
came on.
hero. She
Yes.
is a hero. That's awesome. What a dick.
Yep.
You know? An open, she's on trial right now, and he's saying shit like that.
Yeah,
and
we got to get over there another one of these Fridays.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
We
Especially
got
after the
we got to
trial's
get
over.
back over there. I was thinking about that last week
Yeah, we should.
with all my free time. You know,
I know, right?
Exactly.
I was looking up all my free time, and I'm like, look at all this time. What am I going to do?
I do that all the time, honestly.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know Jen had mentioned something about getting over there at one point, and Izzy has mentioned it as well.
Yeah,
too, so it might
do
be
it stronger together.
yeah, it might be a stronger together thing at some point over there.
We'll
So
definitely start that up, especially with the weather being so nice. Can I just interrupt for a second? Our friend Mary, who made the flag, also donated $10 to us
Thank
as
you,
well.
Mary.
She's so great. She's actually, she fractured her leg. So she's bedridden. So
Oh,
she
Jesus.
wants to get out there with us, but she can't because she's injured. But
the
thank you for the $10.
Yes, awesome, Mary.
yeah, speedy recovery, please. Jeez,
I know.
knock on wood. I don't think I've broken my leg, my arms and
Oh,
shoulders
knock on
and
wood.
hands.
I've fractured a couple toes and I had bruised ribs. Knock on wood. I haven't broken an arm or a leg or anything major my whole
Really?
entire life. Thank God, you know. But yeah, prayers out to Mary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she's great. She's a nice person.
Yep.
I
Sorry.
forgot to mention cousin Barbie also. Cousin Barbie is usually watching. My mother-in-law Ann, the baklava lady, is usually watching.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw some
So,
orders in the.
Throw some orders in. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I heard someone wanted.
Yeah.
some
After the
Italian
debacle last
muffin
night, I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
latte. She's got a new business.
Yeah. She says, I wake up, that's all I see is baklava. Left and right."
Baklava everywhere. We're gonna have that cooking class over there one night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we do. We do.
I'm all about that. I'll do it. I'll make that happen. So I know you haven't seen a lot of the trial. You say catching up and whatever, but I want to say this, and I said it last week too. Alessi is just a badass. He just does not give a shit. He's so smart. He's so calculated.
Yes, he is.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Like hearing him do the voir dire today against what the heck is his name there? The accident guy. Oh, Welcher.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, literally, he's just like, I'm not taking any of your shit, guy. Like,
Yeah, he is. I mean, they're all awesome to watch in their own way. They all have their own mannerisms and their own charisma and stuff. But he that's why they call him the assassin. Watch out because he's coming at you, and he's got so many weapons ready, and so many tactics and stuff. The other day, I just saw bits and pieces of it. When that guy was telling, "Oh, we just changed the time," it doesn't make that big of a difference,
right.
And he's like, doing the triple head bob. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Right.
45 minutes is this whole entire case.
Yeah.
You can't
Right.
Yeah.
change,
exactly.
the whole thing. Oh, it's only 45 minutes or whatever the time was, But
Yeah.
It's awesome. Man.
I
He
can't
just-
wait for Cross. It's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
it's gonna be amazing. This kid Welsh is gonna get just eaten up. He's gonna kill him, and that's I love it. I'm looking forward to it. I was hoping it was gonna go today, but Brennan just got a freaking belly ache, and then they had that little meeting afterwards, talking to Brendan's belly aching about freaking, bringing in the certain evidence and all this shit. And like, well, we want to present it in, what was he actually saying? Never mind. It's not coming. I might get the
Yeah.
exact thing.
Did they say they were still thinking on wrapping up on Thursday with the Commonwealth, or did they not mention
I didn't hear anything concrete.
just last week? There was talk that they thought they might wrap it up by Thursday.
Yeah. And then the fireworks start.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yes, I can't wait either. I got some real good news today. But I don't know whether I'm supposed to tell or not, but next week's going to be a good week.
What?
Next week's going to be a good week.
Oh, all right.
So I don't want to say too much, but
Do you know who's being like called first or what? Can you give us?
no,
a hint?
no, nothing like that. Nothing
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
What are the feds coming?
No, if I knew that, I believe me, I would high five. I would be telling you. Yeah, I have one of my older friends. He doesn't like to be talked about, or he did show up last year at the trial for a couple days to help out with security, but too many people were recognizing him, and he's like, I'm gonna back away and stuff. He goes, but he always confidently says she ain't gonna serve a day, and the right people might not go to jail, but hopefully the feds will do the right thing and they're gonna step in. But he's like, you don't have to worry about Karen. I'm like, well, we still do, because you know what? Every day that she has to fight this fight, and her parents, here again, we've talked about this before. Her parents are supposed to be enjoying their golden years and enjoying their retirement and stuff. And they've got to wake up every morning and Bill's got to put his mean face on. And, I don't think Janet has a mean face unless her team doesn't win on her sports,
Yeah.
But, they got to wake up every morning and do this. And it's like, can this thing be over? Between the amount of money and, I only hope and pray that there's a way that Karen gets to get all this money back, and have some sort of, counter case or whatever, whether it be between the state or the town of Canton or, Michael Morrissey's office or whatever. But, this is it's just crazy, the hand signaling thing. Do we mention the hand signaling with Bev?
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
little,
I know, right? My God.
bewitched thing on the cheek, and then the big
Yeah.
huge smile. I think I did. Did I mention that on
Yeah,
the show?
Yep.
Yeah, just when you see stuff like that, and the expert that they had that come to find out, oh well, yeah, I'm meaning to graduate in 2 years, but
Yeah.
I've only been in school for 17 years,
Right.
and I put down that I have a degree, but I'm not supposed to get it for another year or two.
Right.
But I do plan on getting it. Well, I plan on getting my pilot's license too. That doesn't mean I
Yeah.
get to
right.
hop in and fly a plane,
Yep. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Only kidding about the pilot's license, Donna.
You're not going to get one?
No.
Yeah.
She
We all
doesn't
need
even
to-
like me driving a car anymore. Never
Oh,
mind.
shit. We all need to be flying all over the place here.
I
so-
enjoy the scenery too much. She says I'm a slow driver, and she's like, you don't keep up with traffic. I do when I have to, but if I'm not in a rush to go anywhere, I mean, I drove for 17 years, drove a tractor trailer and stuff. My days of stressing out about driving are long past me.
Yep.
I don't, luckily my commute is less than a minute down the street when I have to go to work.
That's
So
awesome.
I don't have to drive a whole lot.
Yeah. I drive too much. We both do. It's horrible. You get mad. You like
Well, that's
But
what
you do, you
happens when
just
you
have
live
to,
in
like-
when you live in Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle. We do live far. We have to drive to get to civilization.
Even what's his name? Hot Wheels on the bus the other night. When he started asking people where they're from and he's writing it down in this book, I go, is this guy going to write down every single town in his
I
little book?
know.
And he did.
Yeah, he did. That guy was awesome.
He was really, really good.
Dana's
was
friends
really-
with him on Facebook now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. When he first got on the duck boat, all I could think of was the guy on Cheap Trick, the guitar player, always had the weird hat and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
just had to have that flashy apparel,
Mhm.
And I kind of looked at him like, oh Jesus, this guy he had the hat with the propeller on it.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels did. I don't know if you guys could all see that in the back, but I said, oh, this guy takes his job pretty seriously.
Yeah.
And then he ended up being awesome. He,
Yeah,
he-
he was
Yeah, he
great.
was
a plethora of information.
Indeed.
Yes.
Absolutely. I agree.
I have the Microdots video. I'm gonna try to play it. But just bear with me.
It's only a couple minutes long.
Hold on. Okay. Let me just share the screen. See if this works out. If this works out, it's gonna be like amazing. All right, so let me do that. Can you guys see that? Yeah, okay. Let's watch it, shall we?
Yes.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, 4544, are you tracking this? Are you engaging targets?
Citizen. Citizen. Stop. Your clothing is a threat to justice and considered dangerous. Remove your shirt immediately. Send backup now.
Now if you go directly west, about approximately 100 meters, you'll see a single hotspot there. That's the Cape.
Stop resisting. You have 5 seconds to comply. She's cute, but she's a total whack job. She's out of control and erratic. Who put you up to this? Take it off, or you'll be placed under arrest. You have 1 second to comply. Take her in. One less agitator on the street. Good job. Men. You have the right to remain silent.
Passing.
That
Wow.
gave me chills.
Yeah, me too. So
Wow.
true. Like we
Yeah.
talked about before, I mean, it's just 4 words.
It is. They're like, the fact that they can make such a big deal out of stuff like that, especially when they've seen her in and out of that buffer zone.
I know
Dennis,
who she is.
Yeah.
Dennis has been wearing that sweatshirt every morning.
Yeah.
He does, when the 7:55 rolls around AM and it's time to leave the buffer zone, he does go down the other end. But he's wearing it every morning.
Yep.
Every morning. Not a lot of mornings. I don't want to say every single morning, but a lot of mornings.
When is Erica's court date? Is it the 6th? June
I
6th?
want to say, yeah. That sounds.
I believe
that
it's-
I
sounds
believe
right.
so, yes.
Yeah.
I just want to take that day off.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be there for that one. Yeah, it's crazy. That's what the problem is down there is, each one of the offices down there, you hear the denim cops are pretty,
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
pretty good for the most part. But the stadies, you get like, one officer will tell you one thing, the other will tell you the other. And then there's Hardman. who just friggin' loses his shit no matter. It's crazy. It's not right. You know?
The thing that just, I don't want to say agitates, it's not the right word. I guess agitate. You know, that morning he bought coffee
Yeah.
and donuts and stuff. The mornings that, you know, usually there's 3 or 4 people that go over to him and say good morning to him and kind of just feel him out, see, hey, you know, I don't know if he's got one of those spinners at home and he spins it in the morning when he wakes up and
What mood am I going to be
lands
in?
on what mood am I total asshole today? Am I,
Yep.
you know, I don't want to say too many things about the police, but you know, and some days he's in a fantastic mood, you know. I drove through town one day and I was making a video for Dylan and I forgot I'm driving through the center of town and I'm holding my hand doing a video and he's yelling at my truck like, hey, put your damn phone down. I'm like, oh shit. Like I totally forgot, you know?
Yep.
So I immediately put it down and, you know, I apologized to him. And then, you know, after I parked my truck and went over like 10 or 15 minutes later, I walked up to him and apologized. He said, listen, we can all get along here. He goes, you know, if you would give me attitude or whatever. I said, no, I appreciate you cutting me some slack and just telling me once and saying, hey, you know, but you know, like you say, other days he's just, you know, everybody's got their different opinion. Like when it happened to Bao, you know, people that don't know Bao and saw what happened, you know, it looks like, oh my God, they, you know, they took him in for no reason and they arrested him for no reason. We've all seen Bao last year. We all know what he does. We all know he's one of those people that agitates and tries to get away with being where he can be to get the best camera angle and whatever. And if you've told him 10 times, you've told him 100, you know, you're not supposed to be coming over here. And, you know, he had a nerve with Hardman that morning when he said to the other cop, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Please explain it to me. And Hardman and one of the other troopers had just explained it to him. So that's why Hardman come across the street, guns ablazing, and, you know, just grabbed him like, look, we're not putting up with this. You've been told, you know where you are supposed to be and where you're not. So stop with this charade, you know? And yeah, did he get, you know, tossed around a little bit? He did, but, you know.
Well, that was the next day, though. The next day is when he brought the coffee and donuts, is after he after he locked Bao up.
Yeah, I can't, I think you're right.
Something had happened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's right. I think it was that.
Yeah, so it was prompted by something. You know, again, or maybe he spun the wheel and he woke up and said, I'm going to be a nice guy today and buy donuts. Who knows? I don't know. I think it's atrocious what, you know, what they can and can't, you know, what they can and continue to try to get away with. You know, it's like, just be, you know,
especially when there was supposed to be this change in the buffer zone. And you know, I know you guys have discussed it before, but they're supposed to interpret whatever way they want. There's no set of rules. They didn't change that stupid scan code and come out and hand us all new rules and say, hey, this is what's going to happen now. But you know, they kind of did it to themselves, you know, and, you know, all this other stuff that's going on with these other, you know, that Mark Randazzo and all of them are working on, you know, they kind of brought it on themselves, you know. You know, I just hope for everybody's sake that, you know, the next couple of weeks, we can all concentrate on the case and concentrate on getting Karen justice and getting her free and not have a lot of these hiccups and a lot more of this stuff. But, you know, in Erica's case, it needs to be done, you know?
Right. Yeah. I think that as the next couple of weeks go on, I think things might, you know, hopefully tone down, but you don't know who's going to show up. You know, now we're looking at, you know, it was kind of this time frame, kind of sort of with the last trial when the blue shirts started funneling in and trying to stir things up a little bit. I mean, they did 2 days or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
It's just the same, you know, you gotta be ready
Well,
for that shit as well.
unfortunately, the mainstream media gave them exactly what they wanted, and they've been posting that footage from those 2 days.
Yep.
You know, it seems like they post that more than they post, you know, stuff that we do.
Right.
You know, You never see them posting pictures of the duck boats or the day
Right.
you guys did Castle Island. You know, they don't have that in the newspaper.
Yeah.
I forget whether that, you know, back when they were covering us a little bit and covering over at Morrissey's and stuff like that. They did cover a few of them, but it seems like unless it's controversial or unless there's some sort of a problem, they're not gonna, you know.
Yeah, well, that's what they want.
I go by the one reporter every morning, the guy that stands on the corner on the church side, and every morning I say to him, "Hey, you guys going to Morrissey's today?" And he just
Yeah.
laughs at me now because he knows I'm going to say the same thing every morning. Good day to go over and visit Morrissey and get his
Right,
opinion.
yeah, exactly. Ask those questions.
Yeah, get a good one.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, he's
Get a
that,
good
that
one.
was fantastic though. I do give you credit on that day when you were like, so let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was fantastic. Well done.
Yeah, I wish they would have aired. I mean, you know, we were able to air it because I was live on your stream.
Yeah.
I wish they were able to air it on their end instead of the small little snippet that they put in there. You know, but listen, we all know where to watch when we want to watch the truth and what's really going on. You know, the mainstream media is not doing it. They pretend to, but they're just not doing it. You know.
Well, they're told what to say. You know,
Of
they're
course.
told what to report, and then everything's edited, and there's no truth to it at all. You know.
Yeah.
And if you're getting truth out of that, then you know you need to reassess some things because that's just freaking wrong.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they're picking and choosing the sound bites that they want to play from us. You know,
Mhm.
Scotty said it a million times. You know, I'll sit there and have a 4 minute or 6 minute conversation with the guy, and he puts up 10 seconds of me saying,
Right.
you know, something that's, you know, like you said, what they want to hear, or you know, that's why sometimes it's tough not talking about, you know, your crusties and your panties and your other people that are out there. You know.
I'm not talking about my opinions with you. I know that.
I didn't mean
Hey, now.
yours. You guys know what I mean, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit.
They know.
Isn't it? So you're up there in the morning, yeah?
Yes, I am. Yep.
Outstanding. That's
Yeah,
good.
it'll be Dylan's last morning with us.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
So,
he's taking off. Is he going right from there, do you know?
I'm not 100% sure. I
Yeah.
think he might be, but yeah.
He said
I mean,
he said he was out this afternoon. I was like, "What's going on? What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm out getting some last minute bits."
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, all right. So yeah.
No, I
he's,
had promised him I was going to make him a bunch of signs, and I just haven't had time to make signs and
Yeah.
stuff. I did make the one double-sided one for him. It had Free Karen Reed on one side, and it had Dylan Tour USA 25 on the other side. So something he can take home with him and remember his trip. I did get him one of those Free Karen Reed state trooper patches from that girl Laura that was at the duck boat
yeah.
Yeah.
when we went back to the Warren Tavern. She had a few left. Yes, yeah, those are the ones. I'm gonna see if I can get a handful for Dive Bar. If anybody's interested, reach out to me and I will get a hold of Laura and see if I can get some at the Dive Bar. Thank you.
Put it over Dana's face. Thank you.
It always looks better when my face is covered.
That's not true.
No.
You're a handsome fella, Dana.
Yeah. All right. then.
All right.
All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna give you guys a final hey now, and I'm
All
gonna
right.
go. I'm gonna go take a little nap.
Yeah,
I
get some
got three
sleep.
little dogs that are staring at me like, "Why aren't you in bed? You're supposed
Yeah.
to
Something's
sleep."
wrong here. Yep.
What's going on?
And yeah, with that, I'll say goodbye to everybody, and hopefully I'll see some of you in the morning. There's been new faces every morning over at court, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
You know, some of the people we've been talking to online, or talking to in the chat or whatever. So it's nice to meet the new people in the morning. Thank
Yep.
you, Cheryl. Hopefully I'll see you in the morning.
Well, thanks, Kurt. We appreciate you
Yeah,
coming
thanks
Well,
for
on.
thank you for
Bye,
having
bud.
me. I always have fun. Thank you, allegedly. Hey now.
All right,
Oh,
brother.
One of my friends just said to say hello, and she likes to remain anonymous
Oh,
because
okay.
she works in Canton. But
Oh.
hello
Well,
to you.
hello.
Hello to you.
Hello to you.
I think last time I called her Hallie. That was her dog's name. Unfortunately, Hallie's no longer with us, and I
Aw.
can't remember the name of the new. Oh my God, I should remember it too. I can't remember the name of the new dog. They used to
my
just
God.
call Hallie Puppy, anyways. They never really called
Yeah.
her by her real name.
Oh my God. All right, bud. Get some rest.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your show, and
right.
I will talk to you in the morning.
Sounds
All right.
good, brother. Thanks for jumping on.
All right, peace out.
Good night.
Peace out. Later.
Well, that was Kurt.
That was Kurt. Outstanding. Do we want to give another throw out of the party that Naomi? I just saw Naomi's name pop back out again. So
Yeah.
if you re-show that,
Oh,
yeah, that's good.
that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go there if you want to buy tickets to that event.
That event, fundraising
Sounds
event.
cool. Sounds like it'll be fun. What else do we
Yeah,
have?
so that's in
to-
Holliston.
Yeah, Holliston. I don't even know where Holliston is. I'm from Plimpton.
Yeah.
I lived here all my life. I don't know where Holliston is. But anyway,
I did want to show, speaking of the Morrissey type thing, do we
Yeah.
get the Stronger Together in the media thing?
yeah, find that.
It's
I believe. Oh, we got to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Do that first.
We'll do this.
And go.
Yeah,
So
the
we got the-
90s Boots on the Ground party for Karen Reed and Turtle Boy fundraiser. It's at the Middleborough Elks, Saturday, June 28th. 6 to what? Wait, let me do that again.
You know,
If you have any questions, yeah, it's a fundraiser. Saturday, June 28th, 6 to 11. If you have any questions, you can message
Jess?
Jess. Our young child, Jess,
Yep.
you can contact her if you have any questions, or you can ask us. That's fine too.
Yeah.
And
Good
we'll
luck.
let you know. We're gonna get. She's gonna give us a little more. We might even have her on the show, but she works weird hours, so she's not around on Tuesdays. But we'll get more information on that as it gets closer. What else did you want to do?
What were they just talking about? Oh, the Stronger Together one.
Oh, Stronger Together. Wait, this one's pretty fun.
Welcome to Longwood Galleria. Let's get justice for John O'Keefe. We got Brian Elhurt sitting in the front. Woo! Shout out to you. Cough killer, cough killer.
Oh, I do like that. That's
I just
fantastic.
can watch it over and over
Yeah.
again. All right, here's the Stronger Together.
Yeah. So again, we always, we need to be reminded every now and again and take a step back and say, this is why we're here. All these people, they're all victims in one way or the other, and it's a damn shame. I mean, you literally, can you show it one more time?
Yeah.
They could be technically one of the individual up there, meaning Sandra's unborn child.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, you can't forget why we're here.
Yeah.
And that's why we do this. And that's why everybody stands out. Justice is coming, and it's all going to fall into place. The Birchmore and the Karen Reed case are, obviously very aligned as far as individuals being involved in that type of a thing. Just Don has some crossover as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still, and Enrique's situation is different in a sense, but again, here we are 8 months later, and there's still not a peep about him. They had his dad was on the news last week. I think it was last week, the week before, maybe.
Yeah, he was.
And they're reinventing the training programs and shit at the MSP. It's like, dude, really? Like that's what you're gonna give this family that lost their son? Is you're just gonna change the training program? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Give them answers. Why did he die?
Yeah, who killed him?
Yeah.
Who's going to be held responsible
Yeah.
for his death?
Right. So it's a training exercise. He shouldn't have had injuries like that. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
So
If it even was a training exercise.
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Poor family.
Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows the truth. So I don't know. We hope for justice for everybody in this case, in all these cases. Speaking of which, actually, there are some dates here to. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
There's a couple dates coming up for Sandra and Matthew Farwell and Robert Devine have a couple of dates coming up. So just mark your calendars. There's a couple in June and this
Is that the updated one? I
this
know
is the
that.
updated
All
one.
right,
I got
cool.
this one
So
today.
July
Busy.
1st,
Yep. and
June
then
5th,
June
and
5th and 6th. So it's a post hearing for Devine, the 5th and 6th. And then Farwell will be just another hearing, which I'm assuming they'll just friggin' move out again. And,
Yeah,
I don't
it's a
know.
long process.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of traction going on right now, but,
But it's happening.
it's happening, he's in jail.
They're busted.
Yeah.
Yep. So
So after walking around for 3 friggin' years, murderer. It's horrible. Yeah, and I haven't checked in on Nanette, and I probably should, that I meant to today, but I didn't get a chance. But Nanette Jenkinson Smith is, as we know, she's battling cancer at the moment, and her husband and daughter are, they're trying to hold the fort down and everything, and mom's doing, her battle. So they set up a meal train. So if anybody can check this out and go to the meal train and maybe donate and, send Nanette some kind words, send Lorraine some kind words too. I mean, they're all family and they're all, the support is, it's necessary. So, but she's fighting and she's fighting strong. The meal train is, definitely something I never really thought about it as, time's gone on, the way these become more prominent, these
Yeah.
meal train type things.
they're
but
so helpful
it
because,
really
like,
is.
that's like what you need when, in the situation,
Right.
you spend all day at the hospital or you're running around doing whatever for, your loved one, and you get home and it's like the refrigerator's empty
Right.
and you have like no time.
Right.
You just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's horrible for the
Yeah.
whole family. So,
Yeah.
and we love them. We love those guys so
Yeah.
much. So we're always thinking of them.
And whether she's in the hospital, receiving treatments or whatever the case may be, and, her family's home, by themselves. I mean, you run from the hospital, everybody's been in that situation before. You run from the hospital, you go home, I'm going to grab a quick bite and, 3 hours of sleep and go right back in type of a thing. And it's just, a lot easier to have something like a meal train set up. So, again, prayers for Nanette and the family. I know it's a very aggressive form of cancer. I forget what it's called. It's a sarcoma. I think it's a difference between the two. I had it posted, but I don't know where I put it. So apologies. You posted meal train on Facebook. Yes, Robin G. We'll post that on Facebook for sure.
Let me find it.
No.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
find them. Meal train
There you go.
page.
Go. So yeah, but anything anybody can do to support, I mean, we've all known each other now for a better part of 2 years, and there's so many people that are, literally touched our lives in one way or the other. And Nanette and Lorraine are always showing up and being at the courthouse and being out, outside like they had been, and the fact that Lorraine had stood out in the rain, but was out in the rain and not allowed in. She's in a wheelchair, and they wouldn't let her in the courthouse, and they let the McAlberts all walk through the door.
And they made a comment
Yeah.
about her being in a wheelchair
Right.
also.
It's like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
So again, that family's got no quit. So keep on fighting. We will get this meal train thing set up. But I think that's really all I had. I just kind of want to get Kurt on to kind of see what he had going on. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I'm still trying to find it.
Sorry, we'll post it again. Should we get a post? She wants.
I found it. I just It's being stupid. Oh, there it is. Get the link.
So you're gonna put it on Facebook?
I'm gonna put it in the
You're gonna put it on the
comments
chat?
and on Facebook.
Oh, word.
Word technology,
Yeah,
yo.
no shit. I don't know how to do any of that stuff there.
Uh,
So anybody have anything in the chat? I know we're running late. We've been on for a couple hours here, so we just want to.
I really have to pee.
Well, let's.
What else? What else do I have? Just just thank you guys. There's a lot going on, and the people who we just have to remain strong and remain together, and let's just I don't know. I'm just really proud of everybody. Everyone's just so great and so giving and so like-minded that I just love our little group.
Mhm.
And I'm so glad that you guys are here watching us and sharing all this with us. So thank you. You guys are awesome.
No, we appreciate everybody. It's really it's nice to have such a sense of community. It's some of the people we've met over the course of the time, and I mean, you turn into that whole friends for life. I mean, there's people that inspire me daily.
Right.
The Sweeneys being two of them specifically. I mean, I look at the two of them and they're like, solid as they come. The people are just what they do, what they bring to this movement, and just their demeanor. Like they complement each other so well.
Yeah, the best couple in the world.
It's amazing. So, and they care about each other so much. And it's like Dennis gets, when he sees Brenda speaking, he's very proud, as we all are. But Dennis, in the chat earlier says, "I love this woman." It's like, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah,
It's like
she's
shit.
awesome.
She's amazing. So
We love her.
But yeah, thank you all very much for stopping in and checking things out and hanging out with us and Kurt, and we're trying to get back on track. It's been kind of a whirlwind the past few weeks with with Dylan being here and trying to run streams, and it's been chaotic, So again, I can't wait for him to leave and get the heck out of it. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
We will.
We're
We're gonna miss Dylan, So, but hopefully he does come back in the fall. I guess Dennis is talking about getting him to a Patriots game.
Nice.
So that's kind of the premise of the fall. So
Cool.
that'd be great. And then if he didn't make it up to Salem, so may as well go in fall.
Yeah.
It's nice up there. It's awesome up there in the fall. Dennis won't go because there's witches and shit.
Yeah, he won't go because of witches and shit. I want to give a shout out to the Wades, Ashlyn and Bobby Wade. They're so supportive with whatever we do, and they live close to wherever we are, whether it be Dedham, Canton, or wherever, Stoughton.
Mhm.
They're always there with the offer to come back, get warm, come back and eat, come back and hang. They're just the most wonderful people, and I just wanted to give a shout out to them.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Cheryl with an S, I hope your daughter's feeling better. I heard you had to leave to go pick her up. So you may have already addressed that in chat, but I didn't see it. So I just wanted to make note. Hope she's doing okay. So yeah, that's all I
Yeah,
got.
I feel like I'm forgetting something, and
I know
I'm gonna hear it, I'm sure, but I'm sorry. But yeah, we've just had last week was like such a great week, and it's just keep it up. Keep on supporting, keep on sharing, keep on, doing your thing.
Yep. Yeah. Keep talking about
It's
the case.
working.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's
the word
working.
is, the word is, it's worldwide now. Everybody knows about it, and the people that don't know about it, that's why we're here, is to make sure that people do know about it. Like Kurt said earlier, we're not here to jam anything down anybody's throat. You can listen or not listen, but if you don't know that this case is happening right now in this day and age with all social media, even a little bit, or the name's familiar or not familiar, you kind of expand your horizons a little bit. It's like,
Yeah.
for the love of God, if you don't know that name is not a household name or something that at least one person in a household knows about, then you kind of live under a rock, I'd have to think at this point.
I said to Skylar the other night, I'm like, it's almost over. Have your mom back soon. No, I try to, I haven't, there's a lot of things I've missed because I don't want to miss out on Skylar. Because I share him with his dad. So I only get him like half the time. So when Skylar's home, I'd like to be home. So, but yeah, there's some things I'm like dragging him out to.
Yeah.
All set.
Yep.
Like, no, I'm good. So yeah, it's almost over.
Little C, that July 1st court date is at the Moakley building at 10:15 on July 1st. So
What's that for?
that's Farwell.
Oh, Farwell, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 10:15, Uncle Joe's house. Let's go.
Wait, this is interesting.
What's
The
this?
Irish Independent newspaper was there today from Ireland. That's
Yeah,
cool.
she interviewed Dina and Scott, I believe.
Kick ass.
And
That's
potentially
great.
Aiden as well.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
Spreading the word.
she was making the round. So yeah, that's good. We'll keep an eye for that.
Then he talked to his tutor tonight about Karen.
Outstanding. That's
Spreading the
see,
word, man.
yeah,
that
that's
kid
right.
knows all the
Yeah,
deets.
Yeah.
All of it. So
That's good parenting right there.
yeah.
Getting it done.
Will it be live or not? I think it is. I think Mizzy streams it. And depending on we'll find out.
I
We'll
don't
find
know.
out
I
about
don't
that.
know if they have that one's at the Moakley building. So
Oh, yeah, if it's federal,
court,
probably
so
not.
It wouldn't be. The post-commission hearings on June 5th and 6th for Divine, those are definitely streamed, at least by Zoom call or something like that. The Farwell thing probably won't. But if you go to the Sandra Birchmore Justice page, Mizzy puts everything up there. So, there's more updates on there from her as far as, pre-court and, post-court. She'll have all the updates on there.
Mm-hmm.
And she has her own YouTube channel
Yep.
as well. So, what is it, the Mixed Up Girl? Is that her YouTube
A
channel?
mixed up girl in a mixed up world.
Yeah. So check out her channel too. I mean, all the, the Sandra Birchmore cases, it's very important as well.
It is.
It's the same players, same
assholes.
corrupt assholes, being involved. So,
Yep.
check them out. Check out Mizzy, give them some support,
Yep.
and keep an eye open. We try to keep everybody up to date as far as what's going on over there. I mean, a lot of people are primarily Karen Reed. We seem to cross the line up all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
We got Sandra and everybody. Now Dave.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it is crazy.
The Facebook for her page.
Oh, the Facebook for her page is, she actually has, the Sandra Birchmore one is Justice for Sandra Birchmore. And then Mizzy has her own page, and I believe it's, hold on.
That's a mixed up girl, right?
Yeah, mixed up. Yeah, mixed up girl in a mixed up world. That's her on Facebook as well. So YouTube and Facebook,
Yeah.
and Justice for Sandra Birchmore on Facebook.
Yeah. So we'll share all that stuff on the page too. We'll just throw out some links for Sandra and for Mizzy, because they really truly she's done amazing things for this cause. Mizzy's done a lot of great things, and she's a powerful voice, and she's super humble about it, and she'll tell you she's not, but she is very much a powerful voice. So thank you,
Thank
Cheryl.
you, Cheryl.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Again, the Affinity cases really hits, close to home, because Tracy knows the family,
Yeah,
so it's definitely,
it's so scary. It's just, they can do anything. They've ruined their lives already. And, if a jury finds him guilty, it's just bad.
yeah.
It's bad.
And again, Tracy had a kind of consolidated version of the live that we had with Jen Finity. It was on Easter Sunday. So if you want to go back and kind of watch that, I think it's like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's
or
not,
something like
yeah.
that. But it gives you a lot of the case talking points and the documentation. We pretty much ran everything that night, right?
Yeah.
So
Anywho.
crazy case.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll give you guys back the rest of your evening.
Yeah.
We appreciate you all for jumping on and hanging out with us for the evening. And we will see you soon. Kurt will be live in the morning. Tomorrow, again, Dylan's last day. So bombard his chat and our chat with messages to him.
Yeah.
Give
I
well-
thought
well
I-
wishes and
I was gonna try to get there tomorrow morning, but I have a 10 o'clock meeting with my boss, so I can't. So I'll miss it. But I know, I can't, I'm taking all this time off. Can I have a Wednesday too?
yeah.
But anyway,
But yeah. So, anyways, good night, everybody. Thank
night.
you again. And
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
we love you guys. Thank you.